football game to be played, and we're away on Thanksgiving night. Rodriguez on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
Watching Bryce Young at Alabama, he just made the game look so easy. One of those rare prospects that everything just feels like it's in slow motion, and he's in total control. Well, fast forward to the NFL, and he took a beating early in his career. Everything must have felt like a blur. But there's no denying the promise he has as a quarterback, that high upside that made him the #1 pick overall.
They're set up at the 35 now. Young on 1st and 10. Trying for the deep ball. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react? Read and react. You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Now a shotgun handoff to Brooks. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The rookie out of Alabama, there on the tackle. Jack Fox getting the call here to punt on 4th down. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game you had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the 1 interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win. There's certainly some momentum to build on today.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Justin Matabike making that stop. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Mayfield now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
The Buccaneers out and into punt formation. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. Now for the 2nd time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Play action now, Young. Completes it to his running back. Here's Jonathan Brooks. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's able to take this up pretty close to that 40-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Young working from the gun. Throw left side, taken in by Adams. And they bring him down around the 34. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Young. Makes the grab in bounds left side. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
He's got it near the 8. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. From the red zone now. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flight. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing, Baker. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd down, Mayfield to pass. Escapes the... He's taken down. The Panthers rush gets home. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Baker now from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. A carry by Brooks to start the drive. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Running the toss here to Brooks. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
On 3rd down, it's Young. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap now to Young. He finds Sanders. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. All set up now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Young. He's on the move. Now he takes it. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. That'll be the end of one here in our Thanksgiving night game. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Time for our 2nd quarter here, and the Panthers are thinking points. Here's Young to throw. And he's got it! Had to lay out for it, but touchdown! The Panthers take a 13-0 lead. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your 2nd read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Panthers double their lead to 14. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And look at this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. Now the Buccaneers set to take the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
That's a catch, Jalen McMillan. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. Brian Callahan, an unhappy camper along that sideline. He's got the challenge flag out. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a 3rd one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That's incomplete left side.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Here's the give to Irving. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pierce coming in motion left. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's 2nd and 7. Legette's got it. And this one doesn't go far.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
Young to throw here on 3rd. That's complete to Legette. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's got Pierce. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Sticking to the air, it's Young. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
So this one goes out of bounds inside the 20, but not by much. They're giving him the 18-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Baker now off to play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell, sell, sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Handoff headed right. Irving. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Here he is on 3rd and long. McMillan hauls it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. Oh, movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start.
False start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Off to play fake. Here's Mayfield. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 yards to go.
Mayfield now from the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Flush down now to his left. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch made here at the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Carolina offense headed out now. They're already on a modest little winning streak here, currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. Young up 1st and 10. That's complete. Here's Brooks. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now we give to Brooks, coming left. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Running once more with Brooks. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Young on the play action. Gets this one to Pierce. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I know they may have wanted to throw that pass a little bit sooner, but I'll tell you what, that receiver's ability to navigate his way across the entire field really set up the space he needed to complete the huge gain.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Young working from the gun. He's got it on the slant. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Young. Has it in close. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers take a 20-zip lead. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers stretch their lead to 21. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Returning it from the 4. And look at this return. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. First down, here's Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory. Complete to Coleman. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw again. He's got him. That's McMillan. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Baker throwing again. Cut out left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Working inside the red zone. That pass complete to McMillan. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. Baker now from the gun. Chased out to his right. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers chop some of the lead off before the half. Baker Mayfield a touchdown. Groupie's extra point is good. And the Buccaneers get it back to a 14-point game. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's Carter on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Tackle made by Kalijah Cansey. Give him a couple on the play, but no matter, we've reached the end of our first half. Gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly today. We're skipping right through to the start of the 3rd quarter. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Buccaneers getting their offense set to go to begin the 3rd. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Irving hauls it in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's gonna try to drop it in deep right.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
3rd and short, Mayfield. He's trying to go deep again. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt goes 63 yards. And they're going to take over possession. The Panthers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. Here's Young on 1st and 10. This is reeled in by Leggett. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Now Young. He finds Sanders. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
This will be caught by Adams. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. From the gun, a give to Brooks. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Stop for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. Jack Fox will kick it away. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bucs on offense now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 25.
Motioning the tight end now. Here's 2nd and 5. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. He gets 6 on that play, and that's good enough for a Tampa first down. On the give, this is Irving. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 30.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. Man, it'll be their football. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Young. He's got Pierce. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give the Panthers a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Young on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right Right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
It's going to be 2 on the pickup, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 13. Young working from the gun. He's on the move. He's running for it. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Kid, I was on the field with a young high school quarterback just last week, and I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other to give him a chance to make a play.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. I wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Young. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They motion a receiver left. Here's Young to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now it's Young. Complete out to the right. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Starting from the 5. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Irving on the inside give. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Mayfield now from the gun. McMillan hauls it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Mayfield set to pass. This one finds Irving. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
At the Panthers' 32-yard line.
From the 32. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st down, here's Baker. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
At the 23-yard line.
Throwing again is Baker. And he hauls